Hey, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Shamak with the GMS Cleveland branch. And of course, I want to start off by, giving our honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to everybody that's tuning in, listening, and learning, getting this edification from several brothers doing this ministry from the four corners of the earth. Brothers mixed in, looking like heathen nations, brothers in the midst of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, in whom the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come back and deliver the elect out of, right? But just getting right to it, just want to go into a couple of precepts. This is the end of Esau, and Jacob is going to begin, man. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, actually, I'll start at verse 8. Let's start at verse 7. It says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth, right? This is how you measure the time, right? This is how you measure the time. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. What are some of the signs, real quick, that we're going to go into? What are some of the signs that we should be looking out for, according to prophecy? I got two that come to mind. One, he mentioned, thou shalt be visited, right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 29. It's like a 29. In verse 6. It says, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. All of these things sound like plagues and distress and torment that's coming from how the Lord said that he's going to visit, man. So we know it's going to be a troubling, frightful sight and time to be in when the Lord visits, man. All right. Now, it says, and the other one that came to mind, right, is the book of Job. Job chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? This is a sign. This is a prophecy, and this is a sign and a token that the Lord, just like many other scriptures got written throughout, line upon line, so that the elect might understand those mysteries, right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? And this devil did cover the faces of the judges. The judges are the Israelites, right? He's done iconoclasm during the Renaissance, which means rebirth, right? Which was the birth of it was rebirth. He was rebirthing the Roman Empire, man. Trying to rebirth the Roman Empire, trying to redo the Roman Empire. The scriptures say that deadly wound that was healed, which is America. We didn't get, he didn't really get to fulfill his enterprise of rebirthing America up until now. I mean, rebirthing Rome up until now, which is America. We started to establish America, which is about the maybe around the 1500s. But this is a time period wherein this prophecy is fulfilled. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, who was the wicked Esau, Edom. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, who are the judges of the Israelites, because we've been covered. We were called black, which is the color of confusion. right? We've been called spics, niggas. We've been called you know um Indians. Whatever you want to name us, man. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, Judah, Benjamin. I'm sorry, Judah. Um, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native and Seminole Indians, man. You've been beaten down, and you've been stripped of your heritage, right? Up until now, and you're just completely brain dead, man. By Esau's philosophies and his way of life which you niggas and you 2/3 are going to continue to indulge in until you just get hit with ICBMs, man. But this is a prophecy that has came to pass, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. And that's who's currently ruling in this present time. But let's go back to that second Ezra chapter 2, 6 and verse 7, because we didn't get to finish that. We just wanted to make that point. This book of second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, and which he did. Esau came out the womb first, and Jacob came out after. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Because really, Esau was supposed to, have the birthright, but he got supplanted for the birthright by Jacob, and he was given the blessing of the sword. But it's spiritual, because that's the Lord was supposed to. The Lord wanted that to happen anyway, because it said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So really, Esau, got put in a trick bag. Him coming out of the womb first, was it ended up being symbolic for him losing the world first, man. And then Jacob, coming into power, because what the scriptures say. This is the book of Genesis chapter 25 verse I started verse 21, and it says, and Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh by Shemal Shah for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord, and the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. Right? She was stressing about like why she was having so much trouble, but Jacob and Esau was having a struggle in her womb the whole time, man. Which is spiritual and symbolic for the contention that we have between Jacob and Esau, even until today. Israel, the nation of Israel, and the nation of Esau, man. You be having Jake's come up missing, and Jake's getting killed by these Edomites, and now you got Jake marching for justice. You know what I'm saying? It's just like back and forth between Jacob and Esau, man. And it's gonna be like that all the way up until Yahweh come back and just heal his elect, man. But for these niggas, they confused. They gonna keep striving up against this devil, and this devil, he just completely hates Jake, so he's just gonna keep going up against Jake, man. With that envy in his heart. The scriptures say that you ain't that Esau ain't have no mercy on Jacob, man. This is the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and this is a prophecy, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Right, the Lord still has yet to punish the Esau, and that's gonna happen via Obadiah, verse 18. It says, because he did pursue his brother with a sword, right? He was given the blessing of the sword, and did not cast off all pity, right? He ain't had no mercy. And his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever, right? Even unto this day. So he still has to receive his punishment. The Lord is going to judge this man. And his judgment is going to be the worst judgment that ever happened to a nation, pursuant to Obadiah, verse 18. The Lord is going to completely wipe him out from being a nation. By the way of fire. But this is going back to Genesis 25:23. It says, "And two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other." Right? The one people shall be stronger than the other, right? So who's going to be stronger than who? Because although we are slaves and we are being oppressed by these devils, who, just like they had the Roman Empire, had a mighty army, and they had establishments such as Caesar's, and a civilization. We are still the faces of NBA, the faces of NFL. You know what I'm saying? The faces of the workforce. You got all these Issacharites and Ephraimites, that just came into America, and Esau getting ready to use all these jakes just to do what? Make $10 or something like that on minimum wage, man. Doing his factory work. Although this current condition that we're in is a weak and lowly condition, we're still physically, spiritually, mentally stronger than the heathen nation. The scriptures say, that Israel is the Lord's portion. Jacob is the former of all things. You got scriptures like that, that inform you that the nation of Israel is unlike any other nation on the face of the earth, man. And you're gonna know that just based off of how the Israelites are gonna be dwelling in the kingdom. Ain't nobody gonna be in the mortal flesh that's amongst the nation of Israel, suffering in flesh. It's gonna be all righteousness, all Israel in immortal bodies. And ain't no other nation going to be able to receive that blessing but the nation of Israel. So the Lord has, definitely put a difference in between, the nation of Israel and these heathens, Deuteronomy I might be reading down too low. Let me see. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 8. When the Most High divided the two nations, divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. Right? The Lord wanted his seed line to go through who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. So he made Jacob the lot of his inheritance, man. He could have made it Esau the lot of his inheritance. He could have made Japheth the lot of his inheritance. He could have made Ham the lot of his inheritance, but he chose that seed line, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. That's his portion. And within the nation of Israel, Yashar Allah, he Prince Power, he's the Prince of Power, right? You have a very mighty nation that's likened unto Yahweh, right? While Yahweh Shah, and in the kingdom we're going to be just like Yahweh Shah, Especially the elect. The scriptures say that we're going to be joint heirs, man. So who is this nation that's so like unto a God-like complex, man? And I'm not a God-like complex, because anybody can have a God complex, but actually is going to eventually dwell in a lifestyle where you basically a God, man. Which God goes into that Hebrew word Allah, which means power. And no other nation is going to be able to attain that, but the nation of Israel, man. And all these other nations, the Lord ain't dealing with them, but to count them is nothing. This is the book of and we're gonna close it out, but this is the book of Romans. I want to give Romans the 8th chapter. Jacob is the end of the world, and it's like a slip of Satan. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world that followeth, and the Lord established that, man. That's a prophecy. It ain't nothing we can do about it. Ain't nothing Esau can do about it. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and verse I'm gonna be in the wrong chapter. It might be Romans 9. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 7. Neither because they are of the seed of Abraham, right? Because Abraham had 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, right? But, his seed line ended up coming out of who? Shem, who Esau, ignorantly and wickedly calling, Semites. This which is not in the scriptures. It's Shem, We get penalized for pronouncing these words right, and you sitting up here butchering shit in the scriptures just carelessly. You're not the people. But this is the book of Romans, chapter 9 and 7. It says, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called, right? So the Lord specifically chose that seed line of Jacob, man. Out of Jacob, man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is who the Lord is going to deal with, that nation of people. The Lord has blessed Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that they'll bear a fruitful and great nation, man. It says, that is they which are the children of the flesh, right? These are not the children of Yahweh, but children of the promise are counted for the seed, right? So the children of the promise is the children of Israel, because they're the only ones that's promised the kingdom of heaven, man. To be kings and priests and joint heirs with Yahweh Shah. Ain't gonna be no heathen sitting next to Yahweh Shah calling shots, talking about you niggas build up this and you Israelite women do that. Ain't gonna be none of that in the kingdom. It's gonna be order. Lord ain't gonna suffer a wicked king to rule right beside him in the best kingdom that's gonna be on the face of the earth, which is the kingdom of heaven to come. Ain't gonna tolerate it, man. Right? Verse 10, and not only so, just jumping down to verse 10, and not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to the election might stand. Right, election, predestination. The Lord has already made his decision before it came to pass, man. That's what the election is about. The Lord predetermining something before it happens, right? His remnant. It says, but the Lord can elect a man to be wicked too. It says, might stand. It says, according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. Right. So it's nothing is about works. We received the promise just based off of the carnal reality that Jacob supplanted Esau. It's more to it than that, man. It's Yahweh, man. It's the spirit of Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah, that's working in men. to do his will. And that's how the Lord is making his great movie and his great story, or whatever you want to call it, play out, man. But Lord's willing, this is edifying through audio. Shall forgive me the spirit of the lesson. This is the brother Shamak from the Great Millstone Cleveland branch that wanted to tell the elder apostle Great Millstone who will teach well to next summer. Shalom, what Kwam, Yashala, Shalom. Call it Shalom.